guys, so today's video is going to be a get ready with me Q&A. I have not done a Q&A in a really long time and we are definitely way overdue for one. So I figured, you know what, let's just kind of sit back, chill, and just talk. I don't know, it just sounds really nice and relaxing right now to do and to film. So I asked you guys this morning if you had any questions and I got quite a bit. I was actually kind of shocked. I didn't think I was gonna get that many. I don't know why, because I feel like I've been a little MIA on everything. But I actually got quite a bit of questions from you guys, so I'm really excited to like dig in and answer them for you. Before we get into this video, I want to say a big thank you to Found for sponsoring this video. I'm really excited to be working with them. As you guys know, I've been really getting into clean beauty lately, and what I really love about Found is that all of their products are formulated with 90 to 99% natural ingredients, which are formulated with good for you ingredients that have benefits to each product, which is amazing. They also have a not found list that matches Sephora's clean list. So if you guys know on Sephora's site, they have like a clean beauty section or clean skincare, and it'll give you a list of products that they are formulated without. Found has the same list called Not Found, and it tells you everything that they are formulated without as well. So I've been really into clean beauty lately, and I really love the fact that Found is so affordable. You can actually get it at Walmart, which is great. Everything will be linked down below, what I'm using in this video with the shades and everything like that, but I'm very stoked to get into it. I already have my foundation on and my brows. That is already done, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into this and also jump into your guys' questions because there's some good ones in here. Okay, so before we even hop in, you should definitely check out the description box, hint hint, because there might be a mystery box giveaway in there. I'm doing a lot more mystery box giveaways right now. I need to clean out my stash. I need to give it away to you guys, so definitely check out the description box for the giveaway. I'm gonna go in first with the Found Radiant Illuminating Drops. These look really pretty. The shade that I got is 40 Moonlit. The first question that I have here though is, how do you make your smoothies and which ones are tasty? So if you guys have been watching my Instagram stories, I haven't really shown them in a while, but I've been really into smoothies, and I went and bought like the Ninja. I actually saw the Vitamix. It was like $3.99 at Costco, and you guys already know Costco already is gonna give you like a really good deal. I was not gonna spend $399 on a blender, so I got the Ninja, and that one was like $60, $70, which I think is reasonable for a decent blender. So I ended up, ooh, that's pretty. Look at the, oh my God, you guys just see that glow that like he gave me? Like this is that side, and then boom, right here. That is pretty. Anyways, so with my smoothies, what I do first is I always put in the spinach, and I like to put in lots of spinach because I think it's really good for you, and I like to split them with Riley. So that way I know that she's also getting her greens. So I put in spinach, and then I just kind of throw different things in there each time. Honestly, I don't measure anything. I buy this mix from Costco, and it's like a whole blend of frozen fruits. Like it has peaches, strawberries, mangoes, and I think pineapple. It's like really good. And I just throw in a bunch of that. Sometimes I throw in some fresh blueberries or fresh strawberries. And then if you always want to add in either a banana or an avocado to make it like really like smooth and creamy. So what I do is I actually add in the avocado because I think it's like a really good healthy fat. So I add in the avocado. Oh, I add in a little bit of almond milk and then chia seeds in it too, and blend it out, and it turns out good each time. I don't know how, because I really don't follow any recipe or anything like that, but it actually turns out really good each time, and Riley is obsessed with them. So I give her a little cup, I take a little cup, and that's usually what we'll have. Like if she's home on the weekends, that's usually what we'll have like when she wakes up from her nap, or if she gets home from school, we'll have like a small little one before dinner. So to kind of get her till dinner, because that girl can eat, let me tell you. She's got a very healthy appetite. And the school even said the same thing when we were having the meeting, the parent-teacher conference meeting, just to kind of go over everything, how she's been doing. And she's like, yeah, she's always the first one done eating. Like she's a really good eater. I'm like, yeah. Another question that I got was, do you get melasma or brown spots after having Riley? I was very fortunate. By the way, I'm using the contour stick. This is the Found Contour and Highlighting Stick, and it's in the shade 410 Light. I think this one's gonna work. I was like thinking, should I have gotten the medium one? But I think this one will be fine. But basically, did I get any dark spots or anything with her? I didn't. I actually got really, really lucky with that. I didn't get any of the melasma. I noticed it a little bit on my sister, like right here, but it went away after she had Caspi. Because I noticed when she was pregnant, because I was like, oh wait, you're getting the melasma. But hers was very minimal and it went away. But no, I never got it, but I know that if you do get it, you want to use more brightening products like vitamin C products, and that will really help. Next question. When you were pregnant, did you ever consider quitting YouTube and focus on your baby? Honestly, no. The thing is when you become a mom, the one thing you have to remember is you have to remember to always maintain something for yourself, like to get that sense of self. Because when you become a mom, you quickly go into all about the baby and you forget about you, and that is extremely unhealthy. And that's why you need to always find something for yourself, right? When you become a mom, find a hobby or something. And I mean, this is not a hobby for me, it's my work. It's what helps support my family. And I love it. It's like, it's what makes me feel like me. If I didn't do YouTube, I don't think my mental health would be that great, because this makes me feel like I don't know, I just get a sense of self. I have something for myself, and it's something that I love and I have a lot of passion for, and it's nothing, I would never want to give this up. It's all about finding that balance, and once you find that balance, everything just clicks, and I love it. I love doing YouTube. I love working. It's just something that I need and I love, so I won't ever give this up. And I think that every mom should always find something for herself. Need it be a job, need it be a hobby. Like if you love to read, if you love to work out, if you love to just do something for yourself. If you love to paint, just always remember to maintain something for yourself, because otherwise you start losing that sense of self, and that's when the mental health really starts to deteriorate. So that's one thing that I found that really helps me, and I love it. So, and plus it also helps support my family, so I love it. So yeah, I won't ever give it up. Next question I have is, where did you go to college and what was your major? So for me, I went to college. Well, first I did Mount San Jacinto College, and I did a couple courses while I was in high school, senior year in high school. My mom had me and my sister do that just to get ahead on units. And then I actually applied to like every state school in California, and I got accepted to all of them but SDSU and SLO. And I decided, I was like, you know what, I really want to go with Ashley. I want to be with my sister. Me and my sister are very close, and she was at UC Santa Barbara. So I didn't apply to a UC. I don't think I could have gotten in, to be honest. But basically I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Santa Barbara City College. I was like, I'll transfer to UCSB or I'll go somewhere else. I'll just kind of figure it out. And my parents loved that idea because they really wanted me and my sister to be together. They didn't want to deal with roommates or anything. They were like, we want you guys just together. You can look out for each other. And me more so looking out for Ashley, because even though she's the older sister, I'm the one that's very protective. But anyway, so I went to City College there, and by the time I got done, I actually ended up transferring to Cal State Northridge, because I got kind of screwed. Around that time was when all the colleges were becoming impacted, and it became extremely difficult to get accepted, and it was getting hard to get accepted out of your area. So Cal State Northridge was in my area still. So I ended up going there instead. Before I keep going, I'm using the full coverage concealer. This is in the shade 310 Fair. So again, basically went to Cal State Northridge for 2 years. My major was, I first started with psychology. So I did psychology for a long time. And then at the end, I switched to child and adolescent development, because I was like, you know what? I really want to focus on kids. And then I was like, you know, maybe I'll just be a teacher and whatnot, because I had a lot of people tell me that I should go into teaching. So I actually could have had a minor in psychology, but I didn't realize that until it was too late. And I think I only needed one course for psychology, and that was it to minor in it. It was crazy. So I wish I would have done that, but I don't know, it all ended up working out anyways, and my degree ended up being perfect for going into Montessori, because after that I went and taught at a Montessori school, and then I went through their teaching program that they had through UC Irvine, because it was right next to the campus. So I actually did that for a year. And what really sucks about that one was I was there for a year, and you're supposed to be there for another year, because I got a discount from working at her school to go into the program and stuff. So you get a discount with going and taking this course for the year. And so what ended up happening is that Joel got a huge deal to move out to Florida for racing that we could not pass up. So I ended up having to leave at the very end of my program. Like, I graduated from it, I got my credentials, everything, and then I had to go move to Florida. I was really bummed about it, because I don't know, I worked so hard, you guys. Like I was working, you know, full time at the school as a teacher. Then I was going to classes late at night, classes 3 hours on the weekend, and I was sick the entire time because it was my first year teaching, so you're always sick the first year. And so I was just really bummed about it, but I ended up teaching VPK out in Florida, and that was really fun. And yeah, I'm just adding a little bit more bronzer just because I feel like I need to warm up my face because my foundation is a little bit too light. But yeah, so that's what I majored in. And then once we moved back here, we saved up everything. Like Joel basically was an engineer at the shop and then also was a race car driver. So he had 2 different salaries. So we saved up, I believe it was, we lived off his engineering salary and then we saved everything from his racing salary. And that was what we were able to save up to have a house. And then and then being in Florida, I actually had a lot more free time. So that's when I started YouTube. So if I think about it, I'm like, if I would not have gone to Florida, would I have ever had the time to start YouTube? And I think that was probably like a blessing in disguise there. So then we moved back here. We lived with my parents for about like 6 months while we were trying to find a house. And then when we bought this house, I was actually able to get a job at a Montessori school here, and it just wasn't the best, like the best school at all. It was horrible. I just did not like it. And I actually found that I was making more money on YouTube than I was teaching. So I was like, if I put more time to YouTube, I can continue making more than what I was making teaching. So, and I just started, my passion just went more to YouTube. And I honestly think it also is that I love to work for myself because I feel like I can reap the benefits from it. Like the harder I work, it's for me. It's just, I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. So I was very grateful that I was able to go full time with YouTube. I'm gonna go in with this cream blush right now. And this is the Found Nourishing Cream Blush Tint Petal Flush. So I'm gonna go into this. As you guys know, I've been really, really into cream blushes. Like cream products are just like my favorite. So we're gonna see how this looks. I'm actually gonna stick this in here, kind of see what it looks like on my back of my hand. I think it's gonna be really pretty. Okay. So yeah, so there's my long spiel of what schools I went to and my degrees. But I think it just like, the whole path that I went down, it led me here. And I couldn't be more grateful for it. And plus, I love everything that I learned being a teacher because now having my own daughter, I can implement all that. So I'm really grateful for it. All right, so next one was, how did you shed the pounds after having Riley? You look great. Thank you. You don't know how much that means to me. I've actually been like struggling with my weight after having Riley. I used to always be like 123, 125. I would just fluctuate around there in the last like somewhat years. And oh, this is really pretty. I really like this blush color. Did I tell you guys the color? It's 30. I think I did tell you guys the color, but anyway, so I really struggled. I put on quite a bit of weight with her, which I kind of just knew I would because it's very easy for me to gain weight. So I just always have to watch what I eat. That's the biggest thing. So it was really hard to lose the weight with her. I actually in the beginning, I cut out all gluten, all dairy, everything. And then with breastfeeding, that kind of helped. Like honestly, you drop an immediate 15, 20 pounds after having the baby in the hospital. That first month, you're gonna drop about 15, 20 pounds just from water weight, baby, placenta, everything. So that was easy, but then I still had a little bit of weight to lose after that. And I was so swollen. So basically what I did is I just did lots of walks and I watched what I ate. Then once I got the go ahead to start working out, I started working out with Pilates 5 days a week with my mom. So we were going to the Pilates at the club over where they live, and then we were going to the Pilates studios over here with the actual reformers. So I did that. So I lost a lot of weight there. I tried Jenny Craig, which I do not like Jenny Craig. I feel like it doesn't teach you any good eating habits. It was all frozen foods. It was fatty foods. All it was basically calorie counting. And I'm like, I can eat a lot healthier foods than this and calorie count and still lose the weight and not have to pay all this money for this processed food. So I wasn't the biggest fan of Jenny Craig, so I got out of it and I actually went into keto. And when I did keto, I dropped it. It was crazy. I dropped 10 pounds so fast. And then around even 7-8 months, I noticed like your metabolism goes into like overdrive at 7-8 months postpartum, and the weight was just falling off of me around that time. So that's when I would think I'm heavier than what I'm right now. I'm definitely have the quarantine pounds on right now versus what I was then. But yeah, that's what I found. Like, honestly, the biggest thing is just eat healthy, make healthy options. Just make it like a healthy lifestyle. Don't make it like a diet. I can't tell myself I'm on a diet. It doesn't work that way for me. So I just try to eat healthy. I try to make healthier decisions. I've been trying to be a lot better about not putting chips next to my sandwich and then rather putting an orange next to my sandwich. So just do like little options like that. But then also, I mean, like, have a bowl of ice cream if you want a bowl of ice cream. Like, don't starve yourself. Don't stress yourself about it. The biggest thing is just try to eat healthy and stay active. Like, always go walking, stay active. Don't ever stay like sedentary. Like, always keep moving, because that really is what gets your body going. And it really sucks. I used to go on so many walks, and even with Riley, like, I would push her in the neighborhood and go on like hour-long walks. But now, after like everything that happened with the dog, trying to attack my dogs, I'm scared to go outside right now. Like, it's so sad to say, and I feel horrible saying it, because I know I've like, you know, people are gonna be like, oh, don't be like scared. It's not that big of a deal. But it's like, that experience with the pit bull trying to come and kill Ollie, basically, it traumatized me. I couldn't sleep for like 2-3 days. It was bad. Like, Joel saw it. I even like looked up the symptoms for PTSD, and I was showing like all the symptoms. Like, every single time I closed my eyes, I would see it all happen again. I would just try to sit there, and I would just go through different scenarios in my head. How could I have changed this? How could I have done this differently? And I was just really suffering. It took me about a week to get out through it. I feel a lot better now, but I'm still not good enough to go walking outside. Like, I'm so scared to go walking outside. Like, I probably won't ever take my dogs out for another walk in this neighborhood again. Like, Joel knows that. It's just not gonna happen. But I need to go and walk because it's also healthy for me. So I'm like, should I just get a treadmill? But I'm like, I don't have any space in my house to get a treadmill. So yeah, so that's that situation there. But yeah, definitely walking and Pilates and yoga. Those are my 3 favorite ones, especially Pilates, because half the time that you're just kind of like laying down, you're just doing a lot of ab workouts and butt and thighs, but you can do it a lot by sitting down, which is amazing. I'm like lazy. So yeah, I love Pilates. Anyways, for eyes, we're gonna use this palette from Found. This one is really pretty. I saw this. It's got really beautiful, just neutral, cool tone colors. And I love cool tones, you guys. I think they're so gorgeous. This one is called number 20 Blush. So it's just gorgeous tones. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so we can get a close up of the eyes. Okay, so next question is kind of going back with the dog thing, because there was a few questions asked about the dog stuff. What happened to the dog owner that nearly got your baby dog? So basically, she was really sweet, you guys. She was really, really nice and very empathetic with everything, which was great, because I mean, it sucks. Like, it would be a horrible situation to be in that and then have a dog owner just not be empathetic and just be like, whatever. But it still was like a situation that definitely could have been prevented. Like, if she wasn't on the phone and didn't realize that she forgot to close the gate, what kept the dog in. We are very fortunate for the situation not to have been worse than what it was. And especially with me diving and trying to stop a pit bull, like, I'm thankful that this dog didn't come back and try to attack me. That would have been really bad. So yeah, so that was that whole thing. So she was at least really nice and very just empathetic and compassionate in the situation, which I am grateful for. Next question, did you get stretch marks with Rye? If so, how'd you get them to go away? So I was actually very, very fortunate not to get stretch marks with her. I actually think I noticed like 1 or 2 lines on my left side. They're really tiny. They're like that big. But I noticed they didn't come until I was like 8-9 months postpartum. Like, they came at the very end. I don't even know if they're still there anymore. Honestly, I feel like stretch marks are very much genetics, like if they run in your family. And then also, I always make sure that I'm very moisturized. I'm always putting lotion on. I think it's really, really important, especially making sure that your body is very moisturized. And then I think also what helped me was a lot of women, they actually get them after the baby, and it's because they're dropping weight so quickly. I didn't really drop weight that fast. It like gradually went away. So I think that's also what saved me from getting stretch marks. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, I don't even know if my sister got stretch marks. I don't think my sister really got them either. So I think it might just be more genetics than anything. But the biggest thing is just make sure that you're always moisturizing. You moisturize morning and night. Lather that belly. I think that is the most important thing. By the way, I'm using this really pretty kind of light purple transition shade in my crease. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm just using that there. Okay, so next question that I got was, what safety measures are they doing for your daughter's school? So right now, a lot of schools, they have a bunch of safety guidelines, like if they're open. And hers, I feel very comfortable with. I really like the way that they're doing it all. So basically, you say goodbye to your child at the door, at the outside of the school. So you don't even walk into the school building. The only people that are in the school building are the staff and the kids, and that's it. So they're trying to limit any type of traffic going in and out of the school. And then we just use a key fob. So we don't even sign a paper or anything to sign her in. We use a key fob, and that records her in and out. And that's it. So we also always have to wear a mask when dropping her off. They check our temperatures. Riley's really cute because they don't check our temperatures because we're not going into the building, but they check hers. And she always goes, immediately when she sees a lady with a thermometer, she points up at either me or Joel and is like, you need to check their temperature before you check mine. So they check ours and then they check hers, and she puts her head out like this. It's the cutest thing. That they check their temperatures and then they go inside and they take her into her classroom. So it works out really well. I feel very comfortable with it. And also I've done a lot of research on it too, which you guys can definitely do yourselves. I actually don't like talking about all this stuff on social media because I feel like it really comes down to the parents. I've had a lot of people DM me and ask me like, oh, what do you think I should do? Should I send my kid to school? Da, da, da. I'm like, I'm not the one to be able to tell you what to do for your family. You guys, moms know best. We know best. We know what we feel comfortable with. Do what makes you feel comfortable. For me, I feel comfortable with her and it's been working out great. She actually hasn't even been sick once, which is amazing. So I know that they're definitely watching and cleaning the school because, you know, usually when kids start school, like even with daycare, and when she had like 2 kids in her daycare and I knew the lady cleaned a ton, Riley, she was still getting sick, but this, she has not been sick once, and it's been so nice and I've loved it. So, and she's loving it. Like, this has been the best thing for her. This is what she needed. She needed an enriching environment. She needed to work with others. She needed to have friends. And she loves going to school, and it's just really setting a great foundation for her for the precursor of her really starting her education, and I want it to be fun for her. So it's been great. We love it, and they're doing a ton of precautions that I feel very comfortable with. So I don't know, I'm very, very happy that she can finally be in her Montessori classroom. Okay, so another question was fertility journey update, and hope you and your fam are doing well. Thank you. So as you guys know, with everything, we just decided, you know what, we're just gonna keep trying and we're just gonna leave it at that. And if it doesn't happen in 4 months, then we're going to go down a further route. I'm gonna see a different fertility specialist, and because I just don't like the one that we saw. I really did not like her. I got a bad feeling from her the first meeting, and it's just like I'm learning more and more to go with my gut. Like, my gut is usually right all the time. I really hate it when it is. Sometimes I'm just like, should have listened to myself. So yeah, I would just end up seeing a different one. I'm just trying not to stress about it just because it really does put a damper on everything, and just trying to stay positive, and that's just what I'm being with it. So yep, that's our plan. All right, so next question is, what are the type of things that Riley is learning in school? So in Montessori, it is a classroom where things are onto their eye level. There's not bright, colorful, there's not plastic toys, there's not overstimulation. It's just very minimal, and every job on a shelf has a purpose. So it's called a job, but it's an activity, a toy, but everything has a purpose that is going to teach them something, which I love. This is what I love Montessori versus a daycare, because I'm like, if I'm going to be paying for something, I want it to be something that's going to be educational and it's going to teach her something. And daycares, I've worked in a different type of set, like, you know, school setting than Montessori, and just looking at the stuff that was on the shelves, I was like, this is not it. This is not going to teach them anything. Like, there's no purpose to this. And it was clutter and stuff. And I just saw a complete difference versus that classroom versus like a Montessori classroom, which is why I'm a huge lover of it. But basically everything has a purpose. So there's section practical life where it's basically learning with like pouring jobs. So you're building that coordination, that hand-eye coordination and that skill to send the beads like back and forth with jars. And then they're learning like to clean and stuff, which is building their fine motor skills, building the muscles in their hands and that coordination. She paints, she loves to paint. She's obsessed with painting. It's always on her clothes when she comes home. So I'm always like washing those and soaking them. And then, what else is there? There's like puzzles, like geometric shapes. There's not a ton in the toddler rooms compared to preschool rooms. So I'm like trying to remember because I was in her classroom, so I got to kind of see it. I taught preschool Montessori, so I'm trying to remember what was in her classroom, but it was basically just a lot of practical life, hand washing. It teaches her how to wash her hands and always staying clean. Anytime that you spill something, you clean up after yourself. So that's like a natural consequence, which is great for Riley because she already loves to clean. This girl, like they said, in the class, if anyone spills anything or needs to clean up anything, she's always right there helping them, which is the cutest thing ever, you guys. And then also, when they go on the playground, they all have cubbies and they have their own water bottles because they're not sharing a water fountain or anything like that. That is also another thing that's like off limits. So they all have their water bottles. Well, Riley likes to go to each cubby, grab the child's water bottle and take it to the child. She remembers, I guess, what water bottle goes with who. And she takes them, each of their water bottles, and then she grabs hers at the very end, and then they line up and they go out the door. I'm just like, oh my, like she's a huge helper in the classroom. That's what they told me. Like she's got the routine down like that, and it literally did not, it took a week. And I knew she was gonna be really good with it. I could just tell from her personality and the way that she is. And so she's just a really good little helper, and she's just been like really thriving in the classroom setting. And I've been really noticing it at home too. Like she really like focuses on her jobs. As you guys know, I have a playroom there that's kind of Montessori based, and she'll take it to her table and she'll work, and then she takes it right back to where it goes and puts a job right back where it needs to go. And that is amazing. Like to have her already learning, okay, you need to clean up before you move on to something else is huge. So, and that's what she's learning. They're just learning a ton of things, and it's just great for them. So I really, really love it. And I've seen like a huge just growth in her in just a couple weeks, which is amazing. I'm gonna add a little bit of black on the outer corner just to deepen up this crease. But the next question that I had here is, what's the most challenging thing of being a mom and such a big influencer? Honestly, I think the biggest thing it's just finding a balance. You just need to find a balance because it's really hard to do YouTube full time and then take care of a toddler or a baby. It's really difficult. But I think just finding that balance is what really helps. I feel like I just made that really dark right there. I haven't done this type of style or like a deeper of a crease in a long time. Anyways, so I think it's just finding that balance, and that's really helped me, and it's like made me very content. Like I have my schedules, I have my upload days. You guys see it's Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I just have my weeks planned out. I get my work done, I pick her up from school, I have my time with her, we cook dinner, and then we eat. We have our whole bedtime routine where we read a story. We just like have our whole little setup, and I love it. I'm very content and I'm very happy right now. So again, it's just all about finding that balance. And once you find that balance, it's really good. So I feel like I'm like got like kind of like almost like a bridal look going on right now. I really, really like this palette, you guys. This palette is really, really pretty. You can create like really just soft, romantic looks with this palette. I really like it. Another question that I had real quick, I'm not even sure how long this video is so far, but basically another question I had was, is Joel supportive? And he's very supportive. Very, very supportive. He knows how much I love to do YouTube, and he knows how much I just need something for myself. Even though it is work, it doesn't feel like work to me. It just kind of gives me that sense of self. So he knows how much I love it, how much I love doing it, and he supports me so much with it. He helps me out. Like even when we had Riley at home with us, he would stay home in the mornings, watch Riley. I would get my filming done. I would take over at 12 and he would go to his office and work. And we were just kind of doing like, you know, splitting the time there. So he's been very supportive, always has been. And that's what you definitely need in any husband. Like a husband should always support what you love to do and what makes you happy. So that works out really well for us. But I like this look. This is really pretty. I'm wondering if I should put anything on the bottom. Sometimes when I put stuff on the bottom, it like ages me and it kind of weighs down my eyes, and I like it kind of when things like lift up. I might throw in just a tiny bit of color down there, but not much. I think I'm actually just gonna take this color that I use for my transition and I'll kind of buff that down below. Okay, so another question is, what's your favorite and least favorite eyeshadow palette, and do more Ipsy videos? Honestly, like my favorite eyeshadow palette is probably like still that Sephora like Pro palette. That one was amazing. I love the quality of their shadows. I need to check to see if they came out with more, but yeah, those are probably my favorite. My least favorite shadows are probably, you know what? They're probably like the Makeup Revolution ones. I've tried those ones out a couple times and I just feel like it's really hard to get the shadows to work. So I think those were probably like my least favorite. I'm wondering if I should just add like a little bit of, I'm gonna add a little bit of that darker purple down there. And then I definitely need to do more Ipsy videos. I actually have like all my boxes already put to the corner, so I need to film that once I get some time. So those will be coming up very soon. I definitely need to do more of them. I know how much you guys like them. I love unboxing them, and I love being able to see like how are each box is doing each month, and then also seeing how Ipsy is comparing to Box Charm. I just like find it very just intriguing just to kind of like stay up to date on it all and see what's worth it and what's not. So they're definitely gonna come soon. Okay, so I went ahead and just popped on some mascara real quick. For lip colors, I have their lipstick here and I also have a lip gloss. So this is in the shade 110 Blush, and this is their Satin Cream lipstick. So let me show you guys what this one looks like. Boom, it's really pretty. Definitely with this lip color, totally getting like bridal vibes right now. So this lip gloss is in the shade 310 Blossom. Let's swatch that on the hand. Oh, those are pretty. So definitely, I think I'm gonna use both of them. I think I'm gonna top it off. So we're gonna go in with the lipstick first. Okay, so here's the lipstick, really pretty. And now let's just go ahead and top it off with the gloss. All right, so here is the completed look. I think it looks really, really stunning. Really love the products. I think they're awesome. The palette is beautiful. If you guys are looking for a really pretty, like nice neutral palette, definitely check this one out. You can definitely do so much with it. I think it's a really pretty cool tone palette. And then I have to say, I think my favorite thing is definitely the blush, but that's because I'm a huge blush girl. This blush is beautiful. I will be using this for a while, so you guys are gonna see this a lot in the future because I think it's absolutely stunning, and I really love the shade of it too. So love the lipstick, the concealer, everything worked out really well. Like nothing was bad at all. It was all beautiful. So I am very happy to be working with Found on this video. So thank you so much to Found for sponsoring this video. I will have everything linked down below for you guys. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. I hope this kind of was a really good little life update with everything. And we definitely need to do these more frequently. I think definitely maybe like once a month I think would be a really good thing to do, of just like kind of like trying out new makeup and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see that. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to enter the giveaway in the description box. Good luck to everyone. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my Saturday video.